Edition of Fuzzy at Home. Well, it's time I do another bad movie review. Both these movies came out around the same time. Started off with promising leads. Were both about teenage girls coming a torn with what could be next in life. Both movies are about somebody who's trying to sabotage the girl for their own personal gain. And both of these were made by Disney, and you don't hear anymore. Those movies are Tuck Everlasting and Lizzie McGuire movie. As always, we go over the inspiration, the plot, the cast, the production, and the story as a whole. Okay, so first of all, as the inspiration for Lizzie McGuire movie was the TV show that premiered in 2000. However, the show really differed a lot from the movie. In fact, believe it or not, the show actually who featured Miranda wasn't in the movie. Though this was, I think, because of this one TV show that never made it to Disney, which in a way I think maybe is a consolation for this awful piece of shit. Tuck Everlasting was inspired by a book written in 1973 by Natalie Babbitt. How was it? Well, I didn't care that much for the book that my teacher read me as a kid. So she didn't read it to me, she read to the whole class. But I really just can't. But I really at least think the book did at least give a pretty inspiration for the meaning of life. Did the movie come through on that? To an extent, it did. I mean, however, while watching this movie, though, I can't help thinking, though, well, what am I missing? You know, I can't help seeing that I don't see the point. But, however, it was still, and it tried to at least be a good adaptation. I think it's safe to say Lizzie McGuire's gonna win this one. Okay, now what about the plot for each? Well, let's go over the plot for Lizzie McGuire. Now, originally, Lizzie is graduating, and then her and her whole class go on a trip to Rome to celebrate where she's mistaken to a pop superstar. Sounds like it advanced, and at this point I just say, okay, well maybe it's just not for me because I'm a man. But upon watching this garbage, I really still think they didn't do anything and really didn't do a lot more they could have done. While the show at least always taught good lessons, this movie was nothing but a big cash grab and a whole lot of garbage around. I don't know why the hell Hilary Duff agreed to sign up for this piece of shit. However, Tuck Everlasting, I really do think was based on this girl named Winnie Foster who goes out and is trying to find her way in the world, and then comes across this family called the Tucks. Angus, May, Jesse, and Mouse. There she falls in love with Jesse, and she finds out they have a secret that they can't wait for the spring and live forever. She decides whether she wants to or not, but towards the last few scenes of she's worried, and this is going to contain a spoiler. She ends up deciding that she doesn't want to die. But the movie does teach a good lesson about don't be afraid of the unlived life. So I'm gonna give the winner to Lizzie for this one. Um, let's see. What about the cast? Well, the cast was fair game for both. The cast on Lizzie McGuire would reprise the role. Not a fan of Hilary Duff, so there's not much I could praise about her in that role. The character of Matt, her brother, I find annoying. However, the actor who played Gordo did a good job, and so did the Robert Carradine and Hallie Todd, who played the parents. And to an extent, the rest of the supporting cast did do good. But however, though, Tuck Everlasting had Academy Award winners such as William Hurt, Ben Kingsley, and Sissy Spacek, and they all did good. But why get Victor Garber as the father? Don't get me wrong, Victor Garber's a great actor, but this role's not for him. I'm gonna give this to Tuck Everlasting. I'm gonna give this one to Lizzie. Okay, what about the worst production?
Is it okay if I go?
Well,
to the movie with Robert?
Well, Disney actually made $46 million
Of course, next
opening day, but
if I'm not mistaken.
And like made $55 million worldwide. So I feel like by this, it feel like it must have done something right.
The first Friday of every month, or don't we?
However, I don't know. I feel like so many people saw this because of the show, and
if you want my honest opinion,
it just didn't work. I mean,
you can do a lot better than this Robert character.
I think.
If you want my honest opinion.
I don't know. I just think that like there's just not something up there I really like. Tuck Everlasting, I really think ended up becoming pretty successful as a musical, and like it was a pretty good book the more that I think of it. I feel like but however though, in recent years the only time you hear about it really is like as a forgotten play. I feel like that's something really bad. The production I think however the production I think did a good job making the book still not much good of the TV show.
Did she have a good time? I want a full report.
Maybe I'll leave her alone.
I think this one's gonna go to Lizzie McGuire. What about as a whole? Which one win? Well, let's see. Well, when it all comes down to it, here's the way I look. Okay, for the most part, Tuck Everlasting does teach a good moral about how, like, you don't be afraid of death, be afraid of the unlived life. And the truth is you really shouldn't be afraid of death. I really do though I haven't seen this since my uncle took me several years at the theater, I really do like its lesson in recent years and think it teaches a better lesson than the book. Lizzie McGuire, I'm sorry, at least did Lizzie McGuire at least did teach a good moral, if nothing else, about being proud of who you are. But it did it in really kind of a way where you had to not be someone else to become it. It's also thinks that Lizzie is just too much of like somebody a coward. I'm gonna say Lizzie wins this one.
She doesn't want me to go out with
So thank you guys, Lizzie McGuire's the winner. So thanks you guys for watching again.
You're gonna be on his side.
Oh.
Anybody's side. I'm just
What she